2012 was an interesting year for the Mac. The MacBook Pro, for the most part, relatively unchanged since 2009, with the introduction of the Unibody design, all the way up until 2012 with relatively no changes aside from spec bumps, and for a good reason. These things were absolute units, with their port selection, premium build quality, decent displays, and of course that legendary keyboard. Now, why am I telling you all this? What is so special about the 2012 MacBook Pros? Well, we need to go back a couple years.
Look at that difference now. This is pixel. We had to get special projectors for this because most projectors can't display as many dots as are on a Retina display.
The iPhone 4 introduced the Retina display. The Retina display is basically Apple's fancy name for a display where you can't easily see the pixels. Now, fast forward about 2 years later.
Here it is on the other side, equally beautiful from both sides. Best of all, it has a Retina display.
Apple brought the Retina display to the Mac. And not only that, they made them considerably thinner. It was thinner, but at a cost. Apple also began to solder the memory, use NVMe storage instead of SATA, and they removed the disk drive. Fortunately though, they didn't discontinue the Unibody MacBook Pro, and in fact, they wouldn't do so until October of 2016. That's 4 years of a 2012 laptop. That also means that the 2012 MacBook Pro was sold alongside the 2016 MacBook Pros. Yes, those very same MacBook Pros with the touch bar and the butterfly keyboard. What I'm trying to say is that this MacBook Pro represents the end of an era for Apple. An era where Apple used Phillips head screws, easily upgradable SSDs, and let you upgrade the RAM. And of course, that's what I have here today. This is a mid-2012 13-inch unibody MacBook Pro. It's got a 3rd gen Intel Core i5, 12 gigs of RAM, and a 480 gig SSD. Yes, I know the maximum amount of RAM you can put in these is 16, but have you seen those RAM prices? Are you crazy? I purchased this machine off of eBay for about $85 USD, but you want to know what's crazy? It came with the charger. These things in known working condition tend to go for a bit over 100 or more due to how coveted these things are, let alone with the charger. I think I got a pretty good deal out of it. Let me know if I got scammed or not in the comment section. It's so crazy to me just how similar the design is to the modern MacBooks. Just like today, you got a silver block of aluminum, centered Apple logo on the lid, black keys, glass trackpad, and a black bezel around the display. I'm no stranger to using old devices. For my junior year of high school, I used the ThinkPad T430, which you may recognize from this video, which literally replaced my old laptop, which was quite literally falling apart. Unfortunately, however, the T430 is no longer working due to me trying to remove the supervisor password. It's okay though, because I have this now. But enough of that. This video is about my unibody MacBook Pro and my experience with it. So how exactly is it? How exactly is the experience using a 2012 13-inch unibody MacBook Pro in 2026? It's my favorite computer of all time. To the build quality, to the glowing Apple logo, the keyboard, the trackpad, the ports, macOS, it's all I've ever wanted. I have wanted a MacBook of my own for quite a few years now, and I finally have one. The only issue I really have is it's a bit chunky, but I'm no stranger to lugging chunky laptops around with me. Doing work on this computer feels so nice. For me, it's mainly a productivity machine. I don't need it to play games, I just need to be able to get shit done on it. Not only that, but using macOS really makes me just lock in better. If I use Windows or Linux or anything else like that, I tend to get distracted very easily. I don't know why. Call this a placebo effect, but I do genuinely feel like I could focus way better on my work better in macOS. Up until this point, I've been using Vegas Pro as my main editor. But as a bit of a challenge, I'm going to try editing this entire video on the MacBook Pro. I've messed around in Final Cut Pro on this machine a couple times, and it can edit 1080p 60 video very nicely. And luckily, that's what I record in, and I don't really need much more, especially when the most common resolution monitors that people tend to have is 1920 by 1080. I love my MacBook Pro. It's one of the nicest computers I've ever used. Sure, it isn't the most modern by today's standards, nor is it the most powerful. Hell, in terms of power, my Acer Nitro probably blows this thing out of the water. But again, I love my MacBook Pro, and nothing will change that. Hey, thanks for watching till the end. I really enjoyed making this video, and a sub to the channel would be amazing. Or not, I can't force you to. I worked really hard on this video, and it's probably one of my favorite videos I've made in quite a long time, so yeah. Thanks for watching, comment, like, and sub, and yeah, goodbye.